breaks for some of you, especially in those areas where the runners will be coming through your neighborhood. So we're going to talk about that coming up. We'll get you updated on some projects coming up next week that could cause some slowdowns along the interstates. And then we'll also take a look at what's happening right now on this Friday for you to make sure that you know how the roads are shaping up. A lot of people might be heading out, coming into town. It is Friday, so maybe even heading to the water. It's so warm outside right now, as a lot of you know. Just a beautiful day to be out and about. So first things first, we're going to talk about this coming weekend. And obviously the biggest event that's going to be going on. And we should point out the Vols are in town, softball and baseball. You've got that going on. Chalk Walk, we'll talk about that in a second. But you got the half marathon, the marathon. You've also got the 5K and the kids run. So Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be pretty busy downtown. And I want to bring in real quick here. Whoops, wrong thing. Let's bring in. Here you go. Here's our map, courtesy of the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. Of course, we're partnering with them, helping to bring this to you. We're going to bring you the marathon live coming up on Sunday morning. But this is the map showing the marathon and the half marathon. And the key thing here, first of all, before we get into some of the closures you need to know about, if you're going to be running, just so you know, the half marathon has not changed. Same route. It's once the marathoners break off, that's when everything goes so different. And a lot of it has to do because of the Gay Street Bridge closure. So they were not able to make their way here across the Gay Street Bridge, and that is why you're going to see some changes as far as the race route, and that will impact maybe some neighborhoods that haven't been impacted in the past. So first things first, road closures. First of all, major road closures for the marathon will begin at 7:20 a.m. on Sunday. Of course, the half marathon and the marathon are Sunday. The 5K and the kids run are on Saturday night. But those closures on Sunday are going to go from 7:20 to 2:30 in the afternoon. So again, 7:20 in the morning to about 2:30 in the afternoon. Clinch Avenue Viaduct is the start for all the races. Doesn't matter which race we're talking about, Saturday or Sunday. That is where they're going to start on the Clinch Avenue Viaduct, right there near World's Fair Park. The viaduct will be closed to traffic from 1 o'clock Saturday until 2:30 on Sunday. So again, as far as your downtown travels, especially if you're trying to travel, say, between the UT area and downtown, just know Clinch Avenue, the viaduct, is going to be closed right there at World's Fair Park beginning at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Also, if you park along Clinch Avenue between 11th and 16th, just know you need to move your vehicle. You will be towed Saturday night if it's still sitting there. So if you park your vehicle on Clinch Avenue between 11th and 16th Streets, and chances are you've already been alerted to this, but just a reminder, if you know somebody, maybe you have a student down at UT, know somebody that lives down in that area, just remind them to move their car if they park along Clinch Avenue between 11th and 16th Streets. So as far as the closures, we mentioned Clinch Avenue Viaduct, that's going to be the biggie. You're going to have closures for the kids run and other areas. Matter of fact, this is more like a rolling closure. We caught up with Scott Erlin with Knoxville Police Department to kind of better describe exactly what they're dealing with and what you can expect come marathon race day.
The thing that people need to know is that there is going to be some traffic impacts. Now, these are going to be rolling road closures. We'll have officers staffing the road closures. These aren't hard closures for anybody who's trying to get inside of the race route, whether they're trying to go to downtown, whether they're trying to go into the Fort Sanders area. Officers will be staffing those, and they'll be letting traffic through as they can. Runners will get priority, of course, but when there's a large break in the groups of runners, they'll allow traffic to go through. So really, we just ask people to understand, first off, to be aware that what's happening, that this race is going on. There's a lot of other events that are happening downtown this weekend. The Chalk Walk on Saturday. You've got some UT sporting events on campus, in addition to some of the other just happenings downtown. So for whatever reason you might be coming into the area, just to be patient. Allow for a little extra travel time and just have a plan of how you're getting to and from your destination.
I think that's going to be the key is making sure that you have a plan. Just as you heard from Scott there, the Chalk Walk, that's coming up on Saturday. It should draw thousands if you've never been to it. The weather's going to be okay Saturday, so expect thousands to be coming into the Market Square, Crouch Park area to take a look at some of the artwork there. But that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and runs till about 7:30 that night in Market Square. Then you've got the 5K and the kids run that are happening not far from there for the Knoxville Marathon. So the 5K starts at 7. The kids run is before that. So you're going to have traffic for that as well coming in. And of course, as you heard from Scott there, UT, I think we got softball and baseball this weekend at home. And then everything else just goes on a weekend night downtown that draws a crowd. You're just going to need to be patient and again, have a plan to where you are going. But we've got all this information for you, and I do want to pull this up here. You can go to our website, WATE.com, and you can see the story here. Not sure why I look all grumpy there, but anyhow, this lists all the road closures for the 2025 Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. I'm going to scroll down. So these are all the roads that are going to be impacted on race day. Now, it won't be all at the same time because obviously it's like a giant amoeba as it moves around all the runners and the walkers. And there are times when things thin out. You will be allowed to cross the road if you are driving. There will be officers there. But just know these are all the areas that will be impacted. It's a long list. We're not going to read it off to you. Again, go to our website, WATE.com. You can click on it. Just look for this story. We'll go back here to the top for you here. It's road closures for the 2025 Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. Can't explain it better than that. So that is what you need to be looking out for to kind of help you get around the area. So watch for that. And then also just a reminder for you, one more event that is continuing. It'll be throughout the weekend, or really throughout the summer into the end of the year, the pedestrian zone. So you're not going to be able to drive through certain areas. Basically, they block off those roads in your Crouch Park Market Square. So that just is one more thing that you will have to keep in mind. That will all be pedestrian only, so no vehicles right there in the Market Square area there around Crouch Park and Market Square. So just one more thing to think about. Downtown as the pedestrian zone will be going on at least till each weekend through the end of the year. All right, that's what's coming up this weekend. Knoxville Marathon, that's the big thing. Go to our website, find out everything you need to know there. You can always tune in to WATE.com. We're your official station for the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon, and we'll continue to keep you up to date. And we'll be live Sunday morning beginning at 7 a.m., and you can check out our coverage there. All right, we're going to take a look at some upcoming projects. That's just ahead for you, but right now we need to take a quick. And welcome back. Again, Bo Williams here in the WAT 6 Near Side newsroom as we are continuing to keep you up to date on what's happening traffic-wise. So just a moment ago, we kind of ran through what's coming up this weekend. Big thing's going to be the Knoxville Marathon on Sunday, and you got the 5K on Saturday night and the kids run. So a weekend full of running, plus, as you heard from Scott Erlin, a lot of things going on with the UT, Dogwood Arts downtown, so just a lot of events happening. So if you are heading downtown, just plan ahead, and of course, obviously, as always, just be patient if you can. There's going to be a lot of traffic, a lot of people just trying to figure out where they're supposed to go, and with the marathon and the closures, it's just going to add to the issue. Okay, go to our website, find out more about those. We do want to get you updated on what's going on as far as traffic, and in the coming days, projects we're going to be watching for you. As always, we're checking with TDOT. They always send us a pretty lengthy list of projects, and so let's get you up to date on some of the areas that you need to know about. First things first, we pulled up the TDOT SmartWay camera. This is the map of the interchange. This is I-40 at Watt Road, right there along the Knox-Loudoun County line. And kind of what we've been seeing the past few weekends, of course, rain can always cause an issue with this, but weather permitting, coming up on, well, first of all, starting tonight, running through Monday morning at 6 a.m. So starting at 7 o'clock tonight, running through Monday morning at 6 a.m., I-40 West ramp to Watt Road. So this is exit 369. We're going to zoom in a little bit tighter here. So as you're coming down 40 westbound, it's this ramp right here as you're coming up. Just know crews are going to be out there working once again. So this is from 6 a.m. or from 7 p.m. tonight, Friday, 6 a.m. on Monday. Watch out for lane shifts on the ramp. Crews are working to make some concrete repairs through here. This has been kind of an on and off again project. The crews are going to be out there again this weekend, so you will have those closures, those lane closures on the ramp, 40 West to Watt Road. And keep in mind, a lot of truck traffic in this area because this whole area through here, several truck stops, restaurants on both sides of the interstate. There's a truck car wash over here as well. So just know that will just add to it when you got the lane closures. You're just going to have to be patient exiting there at Watt Road coming off of 40 westbound. But that's starting tonight, Friday, and then running through next Monday morning. Also in the same area, on Sunday, again, the possible rolling roadblocks will be about 6 o'clock in the morning until only about an hour, until about 7 o'clock. This is crews going to be performing some overhead utility work in this area along I-40, so you'll see those rolling roadblocks there along I-40 Sunday morning. So walk you through it one more time. Tonight, Friday night, you're going to have work on this 40 westbound ramp to Watt Road right here, okay? That starts tonight, runs through Monday morning. Also on Sunday, early in the morning, but again, a lot of you may be heading out for church. You may be heading downtown for the marathon. Keep that in mind as well. On I-40 at Watt Road, you're going to have some rolling roadblocks. And again, this is east and west, so you're never guaranteed which direction it's going to be in. It's going to alternate. But they're going to be running some lines, doing some utility work across the interstate. But that'll be from 6 to 7. So if you're rushing to get downtown for the marathon, just keep in mind, it's going to be rolling roadblocks, I-40 Watt Road between 6 and 7 on Sunday morning. So just plan accordingly. May have to jump off onto Watt Road. It's just going to depend on the situation when you get there. But again, that's coming up. So a lot going on at that interchange. Another area we're watching for you, and we're seeing some slowdowns there right now. This is 640 eastbound, the ramp to 75 north. So you can see it's already kind of highlighted here. Here's the area. This is the red line here. You're coming off 640 east, and there's that one-lane flyover ramp heading up to 75 northbound. And basically what's going to be going on here, they've had crews out there, TDOT's had crews out there this week, and we saw it last week at this time. They were kind of looking at the ground. They were investigating some areas right along the edge of the roadway. But the latest from TDOT is coming up for you here, let's see, Sunday through Thursday of next week. Watch out for lane closures, lane shifts on the ramp between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. The following morning. Again, this is for concrete repairs. So this will start up Sunday night and run through Thursday. This is going to be evening hours. So again, it'll be 7 p.m. each night. So Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday and night, and then running until about 6 a.m. the following mornings, okay? So let me bring up the TDOT SmartWay cameras. This is a spot that always sees heavy traffic, and you can see right now, this is a live look for you. This is 640 eastbound right now, and we are seeing some heavy traffic there on that right-hand lane. That's the traffic trying to get up to that flyover ramp that'll take you 75 northbound. So keep all of that in mind. Again, coming up really beginning Sunday night through next week. If you're traveling later in the evening, even the early morning hours, you're going to see some delays through here. They hope to have everything out of the way by the bulk of the rush. But again, just watch for that as crews are going to be working there throughout the week, and hopefully we'll get some weather that will comply. It'll be cooler next week, that is for sure, but hopefully they'll be able to get done what they need to, because this is an area where we see a lot of heavy traffic. And actually, TDOT suggests when crews are out there and you see the lane closures and the lane shifts here along 640 East leading up to that 75 North ramp, if you look ahead, and you can go through our website, you can go to the TDOT SmartWay site, you can also just take 40 to 275 to head north, and that will save you a lot of time. That way you don't get caught like this, where you're going to see some pretty significant backups at times. So just something to think about as far as that project is concerned. Okay, another spot we want to stop and take a look at, and this is going to be north of town. This is actually Emory Road near Pedigo, and this is not far from the I-75 interchange. So here's 75 for you, and Pedigo is right here. So not quite the dry gap, just to the east of the 75 interchange there along Emory Road. This is going to be a project on Monday, and it's going to run through Wednesday, so from the 7th to the 9th. You could see some lane closures. This will be between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., so right in the middle of the day. This is an area where you already see a lot of traffic, because if you live in that area, in the North Knoxville area, and you travel Emory Road, we've had some more shopping, restaurants, there's a hospital, more businesses that have popped up all along through there, traffic lights, and now you throw in a lane closure or two. And that's really going to slow things down. So it'll be right in the middle of the day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And again, this is going to start up on Monday, and we'll hopefully wrap up by Wednesday. But again, that's along Emory Road in North Knoxville. So again, those are just some of the areas that we've been watching for you, kind of getting you up to date, letting you know how things are standing as far as some projects that are coming up around the area. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to go back over the entire area and take a look at how things are shaping up right now on this Friday, in case you're getting ready to head out. Maybe you're making a quick trip this weekend, or just need to run some errands. We'll kind of give you an idea of how traffic is shaping up. We'll also maybe look back real quick, another reminder about the marathon. But again, we do want to get you up to date on how things are looking live right now on this Friday. So we'll be back here in just a minute. Stay with us. All right, welcome back, everyone. Back to the WATE 6 on Your Side newsroom. I'm Bo Williams, as we do every Friday, getting up to date on what's happening traffic-wise. Again, we've talked about some of the big events coming up this weekend. There's a lot going on in Knoxville, everything from UT Athletics, Dogwood Arts, to the marathon. And when you say the marathon, you mean kids run, 5K, half marathon, relay, full marathon. So a lot happening. That means a lot of road closures, some traffic issues. And if we get some wet weather, that's not going to help matters either as far as traffic around the area. So just something to keep in mind. If we get some time here, we'll go back, touch on the marathon closures again for you before we let you go. But we do like to take a moment and get you updated on what's happening out on the roadways as far as right now on this Friday. And usually we'll see some pretty heavy traffic. And again, we brought in the TDOT SmartWay camera for you. So we do want to zoom in on a few spots. First of all, we are seeing a few alerts. So seeing some heavy traffic. This is I-40 westbound, Knox County, mile marker 400. So right now, no lanes blocked. It's just some slow traffic for you. So let's zoom in here just a little bit tighter. And let's see if we can't bring in some of the cameras in that area. So this is near mile marker 399. So not too bad. Traffic right now rolling along for you. And this may be one of those where we have seen pockets, or at least TDOT has seen pockets throughout the day of some heavy traffic westbound. Here's another look for you. And again, traffic right now doesn't look too bad. So that's some good news for you. So no major issues for you there. Still seeing maybe some slowdowns also eastbound. We'll check this. This is near the Holston River Bridge, and you can actually see, look up here in the top corner, you can see it is starting to slow there just a little bit. It starts to back up just a tad, but traffic is moving. It is a little slow eastbound heading out of town than what we're seeing westbound right now on I-40. So keep that in mind. Let's slide back over here for a moment. I'm going to click on the alert north of town. We showed you already when we were talking about the what's going to be happening as far as that road work on the ramp from 640 east to 75 north. This is I-640 eastbound. Still seeing some heavy traffic for you. This is a mile marker 2.8 as you're approaching that 275 interchange. So we'll bring it up again, and there it is. It's that just the right lane. So keep in mind, if you're traveling from one end of 640 to the other end, so going from the west side to the east side, you're going to be fine. Those outside lanes are fine. It's that lane that takes you on to 75 north. That is what is starting to back up right now. And the further back you go, that can cause even more issues. As a matter of fact, we'll pull up a camera here back near Western Avenue, and you can see how it slows traffic really in just about all the lanes except for the far left lane. It's moving okay, but all the other lanes are starting to slow because everyone's realizing they got to get over to that right lane. So starting to see some delays there for you. Again, this is a live look, TDOT Smart Way cameras. This is 640 eastbound as you're approaching the 275 interchange, but that backup is just getting further and further back, and that's going to cause some slowdowns for you there. And then once you get up onto the ramp, it is slow. Let's see if we get another look here at another camera angle. That one doesn't give us a good look. Let's see if we can pull, let's pull this one here. Let's see how we're looking here. And you can see this is some of that slow traffic coming off of 640. And you can kind of see the backup if you look closely here on that one lane overpass, that ramp to 75 northbound. It is slow traffic. And many times what's causing that too is obviously they're merging with traffic coming off of 640 west. And yeah, we're seeing some slow traffic there as well. So as traffic exits 640, trying to get on the 75 north, just to go ahead and look for delays, plan on that. And that's not going to get any better with some of the road work that needs to be happening in those areas. So we'll come back out wide for a second, shift out west. Had an alert out there earlier. Looks like they have taken that down, but we do want to take a look at traffic at this moment and kind of see how things are shaping up. And boy, well, it looks like we got a little bit of an issue, a couple of issues here that have popped up all of a sudden. So haven't quite put the alert out there yet, but TDOT right now looks like in that middle lane. So this is westbound 40. Looks like they've got traffic stopped here for a moment, probably trying to assist somebody. But you've got a tractor trailer, you've got to pick up another car here, but no one's moving in that middle and outside lane. The inside lanes are moving slowly, but looks like we may have had an incident. Looks like they just pulled over now onto the shoulder. Hopefully traffic here will start to move a little bit better now. Maybe we had somebody who had broken down a disabled vehicle in the middle of the interstate. But that's going to be cause some issues. Matter of fact, let me take that back full again. I forgot to point this out. We've got someone with their hood popped up here. Got two vehicles. This is eastbound 40. This is right up against that inside retaining wall. Looks like they're working on a vehicle here. Traffic's getting by. Just keep in mind, it is the law. If you can, you need to merge to the right and give them plenty of room. Even though there's not an emergency vehicle there, you do need to try to give them some extra room. Hopefully TDOT will come and assist these motorists here in a second. They may be going down to make a maybe turn around, but watch for that. That's 40 eastbound near Level Road, and again, that could cause some serious issues. So let's back this up a little bit more. Let's take another look here at the cameras, and here's that slow traffic for you. So again, still trying to make out where the TDOT truck went, but this is heavy traffic, and we've been seeing this in both directions. I-40 out near the Level Road area. And again, we do have a vehicle off on the shoulder here. This is probably around this. Looks like this is the Campbell Station exit. So it's looking back. So this has got to be eastbound. This is probably because of those two cars that we showed you on the inside shoulder with the hood popped open. This is traffic backing up, slowing. At least they're slowing down. But it's just causing some heavy issues for you there. So just know 640 east coming into town is going to be very, very slow. Let's flip it around here and take a look at another camera. And they are moving the cameras around. So this is looking back toward Level Road. Back toward the west, that is westbound traffic here, and it is moving slow. It looks like whatever TDOT was responding to, and they were in the middle of the roadway, that has since cleared, but you're still going to have that backup, and it's going to take some time to get everybody moving again, especially this time of day because of the delay. So East and westbound, 40 out near Level Road, Campbell Station, pretty much a mess. One option for you, there's not a lot of options, but one possible option would be Kingston Pike, and we can slide over here for a moment and we can zoom in. You can see actually Kingston Pike through Farragut. It's not horrible. There are going to be pockets here. We're going to see some slowdown, especially once we get over near the high school. And then obviously over here near the interchange with Campbell Station, and then the closer to get to I-140 Pellissippi Parkway. So just know you could see some delays there. But you do have obviously the traffic lights, but at least it might move, believe it or not. Kingston Pike might actually move a little bit better than what we're seeing out on the interstates right now. Back this up, bring in another camera so you can see that eastbound 40 traffic. So we showed you the cars off on the shoulder. That was at Level Road. This is all the way back at WATE Road. So we're talking several miles here. We're seeing heavy traffic for you. So again, just a thought, maybe in Farragut, maybe you jump off at WATE Road, hit Kingston Pike, and take that in. Keep in mind, though, that when you're traveling in Farragut, also you've got a lot of those red light cameras. So don't be too aggressive. Just pay attention to the lights and to the speed of the traffic there. So that's how things are shaping up out west. We'll bring this back. Wow, we have another alert that just popped up here. Let's zoom in here. This one's a little bit closer to downtown. Looks like more heavy traffic for you. And let's see. We'll bring in the camera here for a moment. Right now, traffic there, it is slow westbound. Not like we were seeing way out in West Knox County, but we are seeing some slow traffic for you there. Let's get a better read on this real quick here before we let you go. We're going to zoom in a little bit tighter, and there you go. This is 40 westbound. Yeah, just heavy traffic for you. This, again, this as you're approaching the interchange there with Alcoa Highway, if you're maybe heading down to the airport, those areas. But again, we are seeing some slow traffic, and that's pretty normal for this time of day to see some backups there. Let's take a look at Alcoa Highway since we were talking about the airport. We'll kind of slide down Alcoa here for a moment. Maybe you need to catch a flight. Maybe you need to pick somebody up here soon. And all the way to McGee Tyson, smooth sailing for you. Despite the construction that's going on right now, you should be just fine at this moment. We're not seeing any backups. That's great to see along Alcoa Highway. Also, just a reminder, TDOT has added some new cameras along I-140, Pellissippi Parkway area. This is over near North Shore, giving us a new view, something we've not been able to see before. So it's good to see that. This is a spot that usually slows down eastbound on I-140 at North Shore, but today not the case, at least not right now. We'll monitor that for you coming up tonight on WATE 6 on your side. News beginning at 4 o'clock. Other areas, we'll kind of go wide. Maryville right now looking good. We'll bring it back up this way. Sometimes along Governor John Sevier, we'll see some delays. Nothing there. We are seeing some downtime or some slow time just south of the river here along Henley on the Chapman Highway. A lot of heavy traffic there. People leaving on this Friday. So you have a lot of stop and go traffic really till about Moody, even just past Moody Avenue. So just be prepared for that. Be a little patient. Once you get past Moody, it looks like traffic there should improve. Do want to give you a quick snapshot of what's happening out near Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, those areas. No problems along the spur. Of course, downtown Gatlinburg, that's always a different story. You're going to have heavy traffic, especially on a Friday. That is for sure. So, but nothing really between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg if you're planning to head over to the mountains, enjoy some of this nice weather that we're having. And then really, the Parkway through Pigeon Forge, parts of Sevierville looking okay. Really, the only time we see things start to slow down is as you're coming in on 66. And this is pretty typical on Winfield-Dunn Parkway, right there before you get to West Main Street. That's when things start to slow down. A few more traffic lights for you. A lot more traffic as well coming off of 441, and then just the downtown traffic there in Sevierville. So that's how we're looking. And I also want to give one more look here, and we've been trying to do this to kind of get you up to date. We've been telling you, obviously, there's one lane open both directions along I-40 in the mountains. Now between Tennessee and North Carolina, looking a lot better. Many times we've seen some pretty significant backups because it is just one lane, but today, actually not too bad. The backups we are seeing are coming from North Carolina into Tennessee, but nothing from Tennessee into North Carolina right now. So if you do have to head over to the Carolinas, it's looking okay. Looks like we had an accident well west of us here over near Cookville, but looks like we do have an issue along the interstate. Multi-vehicle crash. This is 40 eastbound in Putnam County. So if you're expecting somebody, say, coming from Cookville, from Nashville, heading toward Knoxville, looks like we've got an accident that's got a couple of lanes shut down there in the Cookville area in Putnam County. So just kind of make note of that. Hey, real quick, I want to remind you again, the Knoxville Marathon coming up this weekend. We talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast. You're going to have a lot of lane closures, and there's the map again. The coverage for the marathon will come all the way up to our studios, all the way out to Island Home, and just past Sequoia Hills out to that area. So just know that it's going to be cover a lot of room, a lot of people. There's the half marathon for you, and then don't forget Saturday night you got the 5K, and this is going to be in the Fort Sanders area. So these these are the roads that will be impacted there. And again, this is going to be kind of a rolling closure, if you will, as people are running, making their way along the 5K route. And I just want to remind, since you're looking at that area, don't forget Clinch Avenue Viaduct will close at, let's see. Well, first of all, Sunday, 7:20 to 2:30 is when we're going to have the road closures. And the Clinch Avenue Viaduct, the start of the race, will actually close the traffic at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Will not reopen until 2:30 on Sunday. So keep all of that in mind. So some things to think about as you're going to be traveling around this weekend. There's so much going on. And I'd be remiss if I didn't remind everybody also, don't forget, if you're going to be parking downtown, the Market Square Garage. This is the first weekend where on a Saturday you're going to pay a flat $3 rate. Usually every garage is free to park in. Market Square Garage is going to change this weekend again, and that will just be from early in the morning until about, I think, 6 o'clock at night. You will have to pay a $3 flat rate. All the other garages, though, unless they're privately owned, all of the other garages will still be free on the weekends, with the exception of Market Square. So if you're heading down to the Chalk Walk, any of the other Dogwood Arts Festival things that are going to be happening, if you're heading down to the pedestrian zone, just kind of walk around downtown. If you're heading down there to check out the marathon, cheer on your favorite runner, maybe you park there and walk over to the university to catch some softball or some baseball. Again, there will be that rate that you'll have to pay there at the Market Square Garage. So just one more thing to think about as you're going to be heading out. As always, don't forget, you can always send us an email, get us up to date on how things are, let us know how things are. If you have any questions about an area, and also if you have a question for TDOT or you need them to come out immediately and fix something, it's 833-TDOT-FIX, 833-836-8349. That's going to wrap things up. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. If you're running this weekend, best of luck to you, and we'll do this all again next week. Take care.